This Metatainment production is brought to you today by the Samurai Aquatics and Decor Metaventure. Scan that QR code or click that link in the description and dive yourself headfirst into the Samurai Aquatics Discord server to pleasure your peepers on our current and future range of outdoor decor.
Established in April 2021, Upland Development United is the oldest and most exclusive and transparent no development collaborative in the Upland Metaverse. Contact Morcheese of N68 for more information. Warning! This podcast is produced by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment. It contains unsolicited and heavily biased opinions which are solely the views of the individuals involved. It does not include investment advice of any kind, and you are responsible for undertaking your own financial, including tax liability research relevant to your own individual circumstances.
Taking over the Upland. Upland Development United. Total meta domination.
Thank you for listening to or watching the UDU podcast. This is year 2, number 88, presented by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment, Morcheese, and me, Ben68, featuring co-host Dak, Joelives, TheAgency, TB125, members from the Upland Development United team, and of course, general Upland community members. Now, today, doing a bit of self-promotion, and today's sponsor is Samurai Aquatics and Decor, the outdoor decor specialists. And if it sounds like I'm stalling, I am, because I'm trying to pull this up. So D-Tech has done some masterful artwork here, so we can flesh out our ads a bit more. So yes, lots of stuff in the showroom at the moment. And if you want to get a little sneaky peek at something, there you go, look. There's a bit of a gnome there. I'm going to zap out of there and give you the lowdown on what's happening there. So yes, the show is sponsored today by Samurai Aquatics and Decor. In addition to the awesome full 10-piece matching outdoor decor set that is available right now for both USD and UPEX in the showroom at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, there is currently also a big stock of undermint gnomes. That's right. If you love gnomes, then stop mucking about and get yourself over to 30 Aqua Vista Way, lickety-split, to pick up a big donzi of gnomes for just $20 each. That's an equivalent saving of around 6,000 UPEX. There's about 30 in stock. And while you're in there, why not pick up an outdoor grill, a sauna, or a portable pool for the little deviates to frolic about in and whatnot. Got a weekly challenge associated with that a bit later on. With all that said, today's show is recording live on either Tuesday the 7th or Wednesday the 8th of February, depending on where you're at. How are you doing this morning, Cheezels?
I'm sleepy.
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 Yeah. What do you reckon? Gonna go and pick yourself up some undermint gnomes? The gnomes have kicked off again. They're minting again in Rio, so I went and gobbled a few up. They seem to be sitting there. There wasn't much interest there, so I thought I'd go and gobble some up and take a punt, see if I can flip for some USD as I try to get my laptop balance.
Well, if you're a collector and you want the gnomes and you don't want to fly all the way over to Rio, you know, get some undermint ones. Duh.
Just makes sense.
Just makes sense.
Everything else good?
Yes.
All right. Today we'll be catching up on some crypto, Upland news and events. Of course, running through the highs and lows from the week that was and will be in and around the Upland metaverse, and going through our co-host segments. We'll also touch on the latest announcement of 3D avatars going live, the recent purple rain that's dotted down all over the Upland map, including the Genesis node Midtown Terrace. We'll cover some more Samurai Aquatics and Decor news and take a look at the upcoming structure ornament sales, and likely get a little bit greasy in the process, as Chi said. And we might have a special guest host in to talk about their node projects. We'll see how that pans out. But that's not all. To wrap up the show, we'll be giving away 35,000 UPEX from last week's weekly challenge, 5,000 UPEX from another QIPS submission. And of course, one of our live participants will have their shot at the 1 million UPEX wheels. Don't forget that if you are selected to play the 1 million UPEX wheels and you tell us what the code word or phrase is before the first of the 3 wheels starts rolling, then you will get yourself a bonus mulligan spin on the final 1 million UPEX wheel, and both prizes stack up. That is, of course, assuming that you didn't already win the 1 million UPEX on the first spin. Now, last week, we had a sneaky little devil DM'd the code phrase through, and it wasn't cheese. I'm thinking it might have been the old Jazzy Jazz, was it? Putting you on blast, Jazz. Raising
No,
my
not
eyebrow,
me.
Jazz.
Was
No?
not me. Was not me.
All right. I'll have to keep digging. What's for dinner, Jazz?
Greek salad. How did you know I was having dinner? Greek salad with chicken.
Nice.
I love it.
I know. I can tell.
He loves that time you made that pasta. He's like living in that moment forever, Jazz. Look at his face.
Stuck in the past. That does sound like me. Yes. With my 80s metal fascination and whatnot. Absolutely. All right, let's get stuck into the Breaking Bad news, shall we? And take a quick look at what's happening in some of the crypto and Upland markets. Now, I did have a look at this before. And no, I don't have that ready. Help me out here, Cheese. What am I supposed to be doing?
The stock market stuff.
And I can't get out of there. How can I get out of here?
Oh, Ben.
Wrong button. See, I told you before we kicked off. I said, there's something I'm supposed to be doing here. Yeah, when I did pull it up, I spammed it on Twitter before. It does look very, very choppy, as I was expecting. Cheese and I will kind of continued the debate on whether we're heading off into the rockets or we're going to go back in the doom and gloom, but it's pretty choppy. All right, now we're getting organized. This might have taken over. It's the worst show ever. There we go. All right, CoinMarketCap. The CoinMarketCap is the global crypto market cap is still over the 1 trillion. We're up 1.6 to 1.069. So that's pretty cool. Now it's interesting to see Bitcoin dominance has dropped. And if you look at the chop that's happening in the other shitty coins, as people like to call them, it seems like people are kind of hedging their bets that you might be right, Cheese. It seems like people are...
Shitty coins. I made so much so before on that Shiba Inu. I even had somebody contact me and thank me about it.
Well, look at that, up 14.6% just this week alone. So, yes.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, she's pretty choppy all over the place there. Wax is up 14.3%, but then you've got things like Solana down 5.2%, Gala's down 5.9%. Bitcoin's pretty stable, jumping around the 23K mark. I don't know. I like that kind of choppy action.
You need to add 2 more digits to Shiba.
2 more? All
2
right.
more, please.
I don't think that'll even show it up still, will it? I think
you all you have to do is just stretch that out a little bit.
Just a little bit? All right, we'll
Just
see
a
how we
little
go.
bit.
I'll do
Take
that.
the dollar sign out of there. We could live without that for that one.
I'll do that just for you. Look at that.
Oh, Ben.
Me meta mate. All right. What do we got happening in Upland? What do we got? We got a little bit of a boost on the 90-day average transaction volumes, up 0.5%, and down on the trading volume. Not much happening there. Unique active wallets. Now, this is weird. I think last week it was 66,180. This week it's 64,180. What's the deal there? What's the deal with the 180?
I don't know. 180.
Well, if it's something in 180 next week, I'm calling shenanigans. I'll have to see how that plays out. But yes. And total unminted properties, we had 6,287 properties minted through the week. So that brings us to 382,211 available. How about the city markets, Cheese? Thanks to upexland.me. Anything sticking out at you there? Looks very choppy to me.
I got 2 properties yesterday in San Fran near the train station, nearish the train station, for really good prices with a apartment on it.
Ooh.
That was amazing. One of them was 129K and the other one was 139K.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So there's deals. Get those deals before you can't get those deals anymore.
Yeah, it's good that you can search now to include buildings and all that sort of stuff. makes it much easier to search for those bargains. But yeah, look at San Francisco, still getting smashed on the USD floor, down 12.1%. Was $13.45 last week, down to 12. What else is jumping out? Los Angeles getting a bit of a hammering on the UPEX floor, was 7,600 last week, just under 7,000 this week. Rio's getting smashed on the UPEX floor as well, down 500 UPEX. Santa Clara's had a boost on the UPX price, up 11.2%, was 43K last week, just under 49K this week. And other than that, pretty choppy.
Hurry up and get to me so I can talk about this stuff. It's so exciting.
Oh, she's pumped. Well, over to you, Cheese. What's been happening in Upland this week? I love it.
Oh my God, a lot of stuff actually. Create your 3D avatar. I'm not going to do the other thing yet because I know I want to hear Jazz so bad complain. So we'll do this first.
I'll bring that up while you're talking.
So basically, like the spatial, we can create our own freaking avatars now.
Yep.
For Upland and wearable legits. Like this is a whole new freaking meta venture. That now, oh my God, it's freaking exciting, Ben.
Well, I don't know if you caught it before we kicked off. Goldie was having a little bit of chat about that with the wearables and whatnot, and we've been talking about that on the Wine and Cheese show with
Goldie talks a lot.
But you and I, and especially you, have been talking about Roblox, how the kids all spend big dollars buying up Roblox things to dress up their avatars. Well, are we going to fall into the same trap?
Yes, we are. Yes. And I'm going to be a hypocrite and fall into that myself.
Yes.
You too. Everyone here. We're going to buy. Look at that cool freaking lizard he's wearing.
Yeah.
I would like a cheese on my avatar. No?
Yes.
Wouldn't you like a samurai kind of thing? That would be so cool.
That wouldn't get me. I think what would really get me is if we could buy some old 80s metal t-shirts to,
oh yeah,
put on something like that. That'd get me.
That would be cool. Or we could wear our own merch, our MVE stuff, Upland stuff.
Yes. Well, there's, you're talking about MetaVentures and that. What are the user-generated content, possibilities for that? We said that this is the year for UGC.
Oh, yeah.
Mama. So as Cheese and I keep saying on the Wine and Cheese show, if that's something that interests you, don't be somebody who sits back and waits for Upland to hand you all these things. Get proactive, like people like Elijah and that from the Real Nerd LA. Just get out there and do it.
Just to add to that, because this is my segment you're talking in. Just to add to that, if you do this and you become a meta vendor for wearable legits, you can bring those with you to other places. Sandbox, you could bring it to spatial. People will walk around with their stuff that they purchased in Upland. You could make it so that if they purchase this, you could have them purchase it in spatial as well, or these metaverses as well. So it's like, don't just think it's only for Upland. This can stretch far
and wide. Absolutely.
Far and wide. So now I want to get to something that
hang on. Before you segue over, you might not have seen Lisette just dropped that there's a 3D avatar competition that's kicked off as well as part of this. So
yes.
Take it away.
All right. Say hello to our little friend, the new metaverse version of yours truly. Oh, it's her. Oh, it's so cute. All right. To celebrate this new update to the Upland world, we want you to show us your 3D avatar. Here's how it works. Post a screenshot of your 3D avatar on Twitter and be sure to tag at UplandMe. We'll select 10 players to receive 10K UPEX, only one entry per player. This flash challenge starts now and ends Thursday, February 9th at 12 p.m. PT. Wow. Yes. And that's motivation for people to get their stuff out there.
Nice. And Simone saying in chat, she's creating hers right now.
Nice.
All right. Sorry, I just wanted to throw them.
I got a really awesome direct message in chat.
I can hazard a guess, but okay. What else have we got next?
All right. So we also have the big game challenge, which can you get mad at this now that we just talked about freaking avatars?
Oh yeah,
we can, because we love the wine version of here. So the big game challenge. Now this has to do with football. I'm hazarding a guess because whatever. Now you can only use the 2022s. That rhymed. But what if you have a crap load of 2020s? You
well,
can't
I would imagine you'd be a bit cheesed off.
You'd be a bit jazzed off.
Yeah, Cheese, can you scroll to the point in that info page? Tell me where it says it must be 2022 legits, please.
I love your angry voice.
Oh yes,
it's so adorable.
Hey, this isn't an angry voice. I'm smiling when I'm talking.
I don't know that it says that.
Yeah, Ben. I mean, it could be me because I'm not that good with words and reading and stuff, and might have missed the legits 2022 only bit. But that's a major slap in the face for anyone with 2020s and 2021s.
Absolutely.
I just did a control F and put 2022 in there, and I don't see it.
Interesting. What's
that is interesting.
How does turtles relate to American football? What's the deal with that?
Their shells, Ben, are a football helmet.
Yeah, I get that, but aren't turtles like the image is that they're really slow?
Don't even, Ben, because we don't want to go there.
Oh, I'm not talking about the TML angle. I'm just talking about
I'm talking about the carnival thing. We don't want to go there.
I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to, but I'm sure we'll probably go there.
It's almost the same thing. Like we thought what we were putting out there was carnival.
Yes.
Based on pictures. Like, so this is sort of the same thing. We can't really.
So don't be a hypocrite is what you're saying.
Yeah, don't be.
All right. I'll jank out of there before I get myself into any more trouble. All right.
Well, actually, hold up. Radishhead just said that he said it's already confirmed in UCN chat that all years can be used.
Ooh, breaking news.
Oh, Goldie, want to counter that in any way? Wait.
Goldie's gone, is he?
No, he's still here. That sandwich on the bottom.
He might be driving.
Oh.
All right, well, I guess we'll just have to follow up. But it makes sense. I mean, if they restrict it to that, it would be pretty greasy.
And one last thing about the wine is, so I heard, I don't know if it's true, maybe Radishhead would know, but I was told that the at the end of the 5 a.m. or whatever time it was, but it's like just once a day. Is that true?
I don't know, you just dropped out on us there.
Yeah, I heard it's 5 p.m. is what I heard.
And we'll see. Maybe TB might have the goss for us. We'll see how we go. He might have the latest and greatest news on that.
See, all right. So
I wish I did.
Goldsmith just wrote, nope, if they change things, more power to them. All season, it has to be restricted. But like, you can't really say nope or start a sentence with the word nope if he's like quoting Lizette from last night. So
right. I guess
that's a weird thing to reply, nope.
We'll just have to follow up on that one, I think.
Yeah.
Anything else jumping out at your cheese?
The carnival sale's coming up. That's what, Thursday, right? Thursday registration, and then Friday it's going to come out.
Yep.
Other than that, like, nothing really stands out to me too much. Unless somebody knows something I don't.
We'll get into a bit more detail with the Carnival ornament system a bit later in the show and what's been going on with the Purple Rain stuff. Nothing in chat. All right, well, let's see where we're at. We might throw it over to, who we got? TB, are you there, mate?
I sure am. How are you today?
Good, buddy. Over to you.
Thank you. Right. Let's start with the least interesting and move on to the most interesting. So soccer, there's basically nothing to report. I've seen very little in the chats, just the usual picking up legits and mementos and things. So unless anybody else has anything to add on that, I'm going to skip straight on to my FIFA things. I've sold a bunch of FIFA things in the last 24 hours. I'm pretty sure it's because people have got confused between FIFA football and NFL football. So I guess good for the store, but probably bad for the people who thought they were taking part in the challenge and aren't. So I've tried to contact all those people to just warn them off in case they didn't, but we'll see whether they've picked up on that. Trade levels of FIFA stuff has actually been up a little bit this week. In my store, I've had a few larger sales as well. It's been 2 or 3 players just buying up mementos mostly that they think, I guess, might have some value down the line. And then I guess the other thing really is with this whole avatar, I know back in that AMA, they mentioned that some of the FIFA stuff might become wearables. So I'm hopeful that those two things might be about to come together in relatively short order. I'd be interested to see whether that's how they run it or whether they actually just go down the line of bringing in wearables from private companies and things. But if they do become wearables, that would be nice to give sales a little boost and put a bit of value into all of those legits that everybody bought back during the World Cup. So that would be good. And then the NFLPA stuff, you guys have all covered off pretty much most of what I was going to talk about, to be honest. So I don't want to repeat it all and take up all of your time. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how all of that challenge pans out. I did go and register for the Super Bowl game as well. So I picked the Chiefs. We'll see whether I get anything out of that. And then yeah, that's pretty much all for this week. Has anybody else got anything they want to throw in or ask me about what's going on?
I don't have anything to ask, but I have something stupid to say.
I know. What are you going to say?
All right. Does it have to do with Snickers?
Oh, no. Okay.
Okay. So remember that old Snickers commercial where he was doing the outlining for the Chiefs, but he called it the chefs, and he was like the chefs. What? And I don't know. Was it Snickers or was it something else? But that was hilarious. Sorry, that's it.
You might have the wrong international audience here for that one.
Yeah, we often. I thought you're going to refer to the. It looks like TB's got a blob encroaching on his screen as well, like you have when you share. When you go on screen.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that your bed trying to eat you? Like I have mine. Mine sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't.
All right, and don't forget to plug in for your store. Where should we go if we want to check out some bargains?
If you want to pick up some legits, I'd highly recommend going to 1120 Sharon Road. And if you like cars, I've also got a bunch of those now at my showroom at 727 Fremont Street. If you want to go and see my attempt to arrange cars into an order to spell out funny words.
Oh,
cool.
That's nice.
I want to see that.
All right. Thank you for that, TB. And it looks like Kachow picked up on your reference in chat there, Cheese. So there you go.
Yes, he knew right away.
Yes. All right, we got a special guest host in at the moment. I believe Rob last week asked, "Where's the puppet?" Upland Puppet was fortunate enough to secure himself a job, so that's kind of altered his available time. So yeah, we will reach out every now and then to get some different people on board. And today we've got the one and only Radishhead on. Are you there, mate?
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Hey, welcome back.
Excellent. How's it going, everybody?
Good, mate. What's happening in the radish world?
Oh, got a bit of a delay, but I heard that question. Yeah, so in Radish world, obviously the ongoing success of the Holliswood node in Queens, which is kind of one of the earliest butcherings of the original definition of the node. I do appreciate that, but it's still doing its thing. I think we're up to about 40% built now. So anybody who's looking for a fun community in Queens, check out the Holliswood neighborhood. But more recently, some people may have seen, there is another kind of node-like project that I've been working on. Over the past few months, I've been slowly accumulating property in Fuller Park in Chicago. Now, the plan here is that it's going to be something of a manufacturing community. So I've got a whole bunch of very large properties in Fuller Park, Chicago, that I'm building. Large factory, medium factory, large showroom, 1 million factories, and a whole bunch of property as well. So I was inspired a little bit by Portage Park in Chicago. I love it. What a fantastic node. And I thought, what makes Portage Park so successful? Why do people love it so much? I think it's because it basically democratized the concept of a residential neighborhood. It's so accessible. And it's something which people talk to me a lot about Holliswood, is that I love it, I love what you're trying to do, but I can't afford it. So I've tried to make something which is a lot more accessible while combining that with the factory manufacturing side of the game, which is going to become much bigger in the coming months. So the idea is, there's kind of two sides to it. So there's the factories and then there's the housing. So the factories, the idea is they're going to be essentially community owned. So I'm going to own the property with the factory on it. But if people, and obviously the mechanics to make this work aren't in the game yet, but if people contribute their spark to these factories, we can obviously track, who's staking what when. And then when that product gets pumped out of the factory, you own a proportion of that product. So when it's sold, you'll get a proportion of the profit. So it's, even though technically, it's my factory, it's the profit of everything that comes out of those is going to be split among the people who actually contribute. So instead of just leasing your spark for a few UPICs, if you have like 0.1, 0.2 UPICs, there's, people aren't inspired by that. They don't want like a handful of UPICs just to do that. So I want to give them a real stake in what's going on. And then that kind of links with the property side of it, because I managed to buy up about 100, 110 properties in Fuller Park. And the idea is I'm selling these one per person to everybody who sends an offer for 25,000 UPICs, which is so far below the floor. And the idea is that I'm going to build up a community of people, and all the people who buy one of these 25,000, UPICs properties from me is going to be kind of part of a council. And we're going to decide what gets built to these factories. It's going to be voting on that. How much we're going to sell the stuff for. It's going to be a real collaborative manufacturing effort. So just like Portage Park attempted to democratize the residential neighborhood node, I'm going to try and do the same for manufacturing. Is it going to work? We can only find out and see. But that's the ambition anyway.
Absolutely. One of the quirks with staking Spark at the moment, I don't know if this is likely to change, is like if you look at my account on upexland.me, it shows that I have 25 Spark unstaked. I don't know that Spark that's staked in factories, it must not be on the blockchain. It must be a separate thing. So yeah, as far as tracking who stakes what, that might be a bit tricky.
And I apologize because there is a...
Yeah, well, you're just...
it could be. To be honest, I assume it would be absolutely doable.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But no, that's very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's my understanding of how it's going to work.
I actually have a big 4 properties block just to the north of you in Armour Square. So that's once things are up and running, that's definitely something we'll look into maybe collaborating with or assisting with.
Sounds good to me. Yep.
All right. How can we get involved and get more information, Radish? Is it easier to just get you on Twitter or in the Discord, or what's the best way?
Okay, so all of the information is on my YouTube channel. I just released a big video talking all about it. Other than that, I've got the Club Radish Discord server, which is available in the comments section of any of my videos. Just go on Upland Analysis, it's all there. So I run all of my projects from the Club Radish Discord server. So yeah, YouTube or Discord, that's where you can get in touch and learn all about these projects.
And we can put that invite into the description here. And I'm not part of that, so I'll be joining it myself.
Okay. Yeah,
Look at Joe.
We'll bung that in there. Thank you very much. And
excellent. I'll be glad to have you there.
Good. And yeah, thanks for jumping in at last minute. I did send Radish off a DM very late just before I went to bed last night. So thanks for jumping in today, mate. And hope you can stick around and have a shot at the 1 million UpX wheels, perhaps. All right. I think that brings us
I'm going to give it a go. Yep.
Nice. All right. I don't believe the DAC man is in yet. He did say he might be late. So we might throw it over to the NFT boys if you're available.
All right. So hello and welcome to...
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Such a threat.
That's right. Drinking age number 21 here.
All right, let's get drunk on some FOMO.
First one, we got Funko and Nick Tunes. Luckily, no FOMO here, just prepping for next week's Valentine's Day drop. And I must say, I love Nickelodeon, so that's great to have these drop on Valentine's Day, but don't forget to get your date a gift of some sort. And that's going to be next Tuesday, 11 a.m. PST. So go snatch some of the old school cartoons a lot of us grew up on. Packs are priced at the normal $9.99 for a standard pack of 5 and $29.99 for the premium 15 item pack. The drop includes, but not limited to, Rocko's Modern Life, Rugrats, Cat Dog, Invader Zim, and more. The physical pops you can collect is the Grail, being a weightlifting Rocco, $9.99 available. The legendaries of the drop are and have $1,800 available. Cynthia from Rugrats, Ed Bighead from Rocko's Modern Life, Winslow from Cat Dog, Professor Membrane from Invader Zim, and the Royalty, which is a Rugrats Reptar Freddy Funko. The royalties can be obtained by collecting all the commons, uncommons, rares, and epics from the drop. Joe actually just recently did this, so did you want to mention anything about it?
Yeah, just kidding. Yes, Queen. So on the reels, yeah, we were just exploring Funko, and me and Rob got to talking and looking at the different ways to collect the sets and the redeemables, and we saw this royalty way, and I happened to have a bunch of packs from that one, so it got me pretty close to completing the royalty set, which is basically like getting every single card other than the legendary or grails. It cost me about $30, maybe 35 in wax to complete the set. But I had already spent like 60. So it's like a total of 90 really. But I was able to complete the royalty set. So, and we were taking a look and we saw some of them, you know, on sale for like $600. So I'm not sure if any of them are selling for that. And I'm such a hoarder, I'll probably just add this to my toy collection and never sell it, but maybe my grandkids can make some money off it after I'm gone. Yeah, so speaking of dropping on Valentine's Day, we have a redeemable drop going for our thing, Fourth Wall Digital. It's an awesome hand-blown glass pendant, which I've been shamelessly shilling, which is weird for me. They're only $2 each, and his last piece just sold for $420. So this is a great opportunity to get an amazing piece on the cheap. Thanks to Ben and Cheese for supporting and grabbing a couple. I'd love to see you guys win. The other NFTs that don't win will have some utility coming soon. We're working on a store in the Discord where you can trade your fourth wall NFTs for other items. And this includes the free I-Night ones that I drop on Tuesdays. So those are free. You can grab one and they're worth $1 for stuff.
Very nice.
And can you put the link to this in our, we'll have it in the description definitely, but put this link into the comment section here for everybody who's here live. They could check it out if they wanted to.
I'll drop it in now. There you go.
Thank you. So next we got Consumer Break, and they have a promo pack drop on Friday, 20 UTC or noon PT. Consumer Break is a puzzle solving app for mobile, and I think you can do it on the PC also. And you have real potential to win USD, prized NFTs, or even physical products. It's run by Brakeman, who Joe and I got to meet during NFTopia, and he runs that as well now, from my understanding. During NFTopia, I won a Tales of the Crypto Zombie Brakeman NFT, which is pretty good and limited to 100. But I'm going to check this game out. I think it's worth checking out. So I'm going to.
Sorry about that. I literally got a phone call, right? It wouldn't hang up. My bad. I don't know if Rob said, but we're planning on giving away one of the epic Funko Hasbro toys, the Mr. Monopoly, and one of the Sean Daddy NFTs today too, if you could put those on the wheel. And so the next drop is Radishhead, and that's on Wednesday at 8 a.m. Radishhead is a fantasy trading card game on wax, and they describe it on the website as "Welcome, Quester, to the fantastic world of Rada. Join us on an adventure where you can collect and trade NFT cards while completing games and quests. Accept our challenge and power up your most valuable cards to defeat your enemies and earn the most valuable rewards." It seems to be similar to Gods Unchained or Spinderlands or Skyweaver, basically like a Magic the Gathering style card game. The packs contain 10 cards and sell for $8 in wax, which is roughly 115 wax or so. So if you're a card game whiz, this project may be for you. The link's in the description.
Excellent. Next, we do have a Tales of the Crypto for Sunday, 20 UTC, 12 p.m. PST, and this is their third incubator pack, and it's for a stony, a rock type zombie. So if you're a geologist, this one's for you. And that has 5 rarities possible, and I think this is going to be a game I start playing this year as well. I'm still learning about it, but I'm intrigued by the art and the concept. So back to you, Joe.
Okay, so there's a Cupid as a gnome drop on Saturday, 1800 UTC or 10 a.m. California time from Futures Relic. This is an interesting project. The description in their website says, Futures Relic is creating filmmaking experience through NFTs. Get into roleplay, gather corresponding pieces, and get ready to assemble them. So they're short films, and you can like edit and build it together. I haven't delved into it too deep, so I don't understand how it fits, but I know we're talking about gnomes, and Ben's got great gnomes for sale, so I figured I'd mention it.
Appreciate it.
Right, so that does it for this week's edition of Thank you, guys. Thank you, Cheese.
I love how your mouth dropped open when you realized they were thrown to you and you're on mute, Cheese. You're like, oh shit. All right, thank you, boys. Where are we at? So I believe the DAC man is in now. How are we doing this morning, DAC? I thought I saw him. It's the DAC man. You're on mute. Oh, there he is.
Hey, how's everyone?
Good, mate.
So not a lot going on this week. I do want to kind of give out a shout to Nosif. He has his car, I believe it's Car Dealers. Let me give you the name. Car Dealers, yeah, it's Car Dealers, and he's been doing racing. I actually have been on his server racing my S4. It's been fun. So if you want to check out some racing, you can check them out. can check out his server. Obviously, we have Elijah, we have Matsuda R, and C4, I think, is the person who leads the Detroit Rally League. So there's a lot of different options for racing nowadays. Definitely check it out. What's interesting is going to see, I think that leagues are starting to kind of find where their niche is. And so that's going to be interesting as we get more into it. In terms of any new exciting kind of stuff, I think that one of the coolest things I've seen so far is what Slav put out with Upland World in terms of the MV Motors racing cars out on planet Upix. I don't know, Jacqueline, maybe C can tell us the name of the planet. I forget the name of the planet, but you know, you see these cars out just free racing on a planet desert scape, and it's pretty cool. And I said, hey, I would love to be able to take a pickup truck and race through that open space. And Slav was like, consider it done. And then he puts up a clip with an S4 and a pickup truck racing around the desert in a faraway planet a long time ago. So so it was pretty awesome to see that, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about the project they're working on and seeing how that comes out. The other thing is I get to be part of a few servers where there's different things happening, and what I've seen with the Viva Las Upland team and what they're doing in collaboration with Upix World is pretty cool, and I think people are going to really enjoy it. They showed us a preview of what they got going on, and I want to try it. And what's interesting is it doesn't really use any of the Upland stuff directly, but it has some really kind of cool features, and it's a fun driving game. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Since we do talk about racing and it's not necessarily just Upland, I got a shout out to our Sanguis Draconis Guild. We had a horse race in Avalon. Warrior Lion is one of our members. He has a YouTube video that he put out with our A Sports, what we call A Sports, Avalon Sport kind of engagement. And that horse race was actually a lot of fun. Definitely check it out. It's at the end of the clip. The clip is only 13 minutes long, but it's towards like minute 10 or so that we kind of get set up for the race. So check that out. That's a little horse racing. And I had a lot of fun doing that one. So that's kind of where we're at. Today, I do have my Perpetual Good in the Metaverse, and we will be talking with Drew from Crypto Altruism. And we will be talking about refi and not refinancing, which I had to look up. We'll be talking about decentralized science, and of course, DAOs. So it should be an interesting conversation around the technology and how it's being used for social impact. So check it out.
Nice. Thank you, Dak. I just want to say that Slav is a hidden gem. And I want to pat myself on the back because I'm the one that kind of introduced him to TML at the Vegas Genesis Week. He was asking me to do some art for him, and I'm like, you don't want me, you want Slav. And Slav has just been blowing up, and I'm so proud of him. He is insanely like
productive, I would say. Like he's another one a bit like DTech, where it's not that long ago he was just dipping his toe in, like doing the classic, the donut, what do you call it, the tutorial. Yeah
and what he's doing nowadays, and where he was with the Creedmoor Halloween race to some stuff that he was putting together for some other events, and now what he's done with those video clips that he's put on URL. I mean, it's pretty awesome. I can't wait to see what they're doing and to actually rent one of these cars, because it's rentals, right? So you don't have to own the car. Rent one of these cars and go out on the planet and have a little fun with the car.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're hoping to get Slav on the Wine and Cheese show in the next couple of weeks so we can dive into things in a bit more detail. Absolutely. All right, thank you for that, Dak. Where are we at? So speaking of the Wine and Cheese show, in episode 70, we speculated on the next steps for Bitcoin, for our own entertainment. Of course, not financial advice. We talked about the upcoming Super Bowl events in Roblox and the recent $10 million funding for spatial labs. That kind of segued into in spatial labs. We were treated to a detailed guided tour of the Real Node LA's NFT gallery by founder Elijah, who, if you haven't seen already, is one of the most inspirational and tenacious Upland community members, forging the path for layer 2 metaverse experiences. And now with Ready Player Me being connected directly to Upland as well with 3D avatars, I'm expecting big things to come in that space this year. Anything else?
I'm sorry, can I just jump in real quick? I got to give you some kudos. And one, I loved how you went back to the original interview with Elijah and kind of pulled out some elements, and then just kind of the then and now. And you know, think about it, Elijah, it's been what, a year? And where you are today to where you were when you first came in, kudos, man, kudos.
Yeah, I didn't realize Elijah was in. Yeah, it was May, I believe. So yeah, not long at all. And Elijah was just talking about, getting kicked off with these things. And yeah, look what you can achieve when you put some consistent work in. I think like Elijah, Slav, D-Tech, all of those guys are testament to that as well. All right, anything else happening, Cheese, in the MBE? You've been busy arting.
Yes. I have a wheel of names that people chose of celebrities that they want me to do next. So for me, let me get this on the screen. We'll do this really fast.
Yeah, there was a couple of good suggestions there.
All right.
I'm hoping mine comes up. Is my name on there?
Yeah, Steve Harris is there.
Yes. All right. Come on,
all
Steve.
Right. So I'll keep the original names on this show, this episode of the UDU podcast. If you want to add more names, I'll add it to the list. But once one gets picked, it comes off. So here we go.
Yes, or Danny Trejo. That'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah, that'd be hard. He's got a lot of.
He's got like, I just missed out.
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris. There you go.
Is he still alive?
He is. Alive and kicking, I believe, literally.
He'll never die.
He'll never die, right? He'll be like a saint.
Do you know who dropped that? Who suggested that one off the top of your head?
Gosh, keep talking. I'll find out. Co-Ninja.
Co-Ninja, cool.
Yes.
All right. Did he suggest a specific pose or anything like that, or is it just the name drop?
No, just a name drop.
Okay. All right. Where are we at? Oh, Samurai Aquatics and Decor updates. We have now rented a space in the Real Node LA's NFT gallery, and D-Tech has been working away like an absolute fiend to turn what was just going to be a poster on the wall there into a really cool and immersive experience. And that was after we received some inspiration from longtime supporter and legend of MBE Moon Unit. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that one. The Real Node LA Gallery is at 3152 Budau, Budau Ave in Los Angeles. It used to be that you could just look for the purple dot, but there's purple dots everywhere now. So yes, the other big thing that's happening in Samurai Aquatics is that last week we talked about potentially looking into some bulk wholesale deals for other showroom participants. We are going to look into testing that out. So if you are an approved outdoor decor MetaVenture showroom and you're interested in finding out more, send me a DM. We're still kind of trying to work out between us how that's going to play out. Obviously, if we have somebody in that's interested in that and can be part of those conversations, that would be very helpful. All right, wine of the week. We kicked off the show with a pretty good wine with the NFLPAs. I've got down a wine for myself. Still no decent time zone friendly gap between the end of registration for sales and the sales starting. It just sucks. It sucks. I don't know how else to put it. It just sucks. Like, why?
Wait, I'm laughing at the way you said it. But what is it that sucks again?
Having to get up at 2 a.m. to check the emails and see if it's worth getting up at 2 a.m. It is just silly. Please, please, for the love of Frankenstein, put a 12-hour gap between the end of registration for sales and the start of the sales. It would negate all of that silly nonsense. Anybody else have a wine? No. We're all good. Anybody else have a win? You don't remember a win? What am I forgetting?
Like I don't like if I did, I probably wouldn't remember. I have to start writing them down.
Yes. Yeah, it's easy to forget. How about a win, cheese?
All I do is win, no matter what.
Mic drop. Nice. What have we got? I did have a win. What's my win? Oh, gnomes are back. Yeah, I already mentioned that at the show. If you're interested in some gnomes, you can get them from the showroom in Rio yourself. There's been plenty of times when I've gone over there and there's 10 gnomes just sitting there waiting to be gobbled up by somebody. So if you don't have any yourself and you want to get some, get over to the showroom in Rio, or you could get some under mint in the showroom in San Francisco, as I said. All right, UDU nodes updates. What's going down in Bronxdale node this week, Cheese? Something to do with Dub Rider, wasn't it? Dub Man.
What is it? I don't have a good memory.
Dub Rider, weren't you stacking on to one of his builds? Wasn't that the next in the queue?
Oh, yeah. Yes, it's 2 days. Ben, stop throwing to me.
Hey, you're the main co-host in the show.
I know, I'm kidding. Yeah, his is 2 days left, and then I'm gonna go to someone who has another apartment up, which I forgot the name of. Yeah, my memory's bad. It's not fun.
All right. Well, I'll save you there. Midtown Terrace progress, we were at 83% built 2 weeks ago, and we're currently at 83.9%. We are really hitting the back end of our tail of what we can achieve there. As I think I've said a few times, I think we'll be lucky to get to 85%, something like that, because it's Midtown Terrace is such an old neighborhood. There's a lot of dead properties there and whatnot. On the flip side, congratulations to Abdullah and Rancho Park for rocketing solidly into the #1 spot. They're currently at 87.8% constructed. And we've also got 2 very active communities racing up the progress list behind us. That's Century City on 72.7%, and they're followed closely by Mexican Town on 71%. So lots of cool stuff happening in the old development progress around the grounds. In other UDU news, node news. I did start another build contract with the UCC through the week to get all of my SDU builds completed. That's the school district node in Oakland. Thanks again to Mass and the wider UCC team for working with me on that one. Still trying to work out what I'm going to do in Lone Mountain. So it may be a case where I just blitz school district. I've got a few in Strutwood, Mercedes node. I might just bang those out, and then I might work with Cheesy and get the Bronx done as well. And then that will let me get down to business in Lone Mountain, because I've got over 100 something properties there. So that one's going to take quite a bit of time and UpX. All right, now Simone just asked in chat, where's the code phrase? The code phrase for this week for the 1 million UpX wheels is, seems a little bit greasy. Seems a little bit greasy. That is the code word or phrase. And don't forget, if you drop that, if you're selected to play the 1 million UpX wheels and you drop that before the first wheel starts rolling, you get a free mulligan on the final wheel. Seems a little bit greasy. Now you can apply that to wherever your imagination wants to take you. We've got a few things to touch on for the kind of meat and potatoes for today. 3D avatars. I think we kind of already covered that pretty extensively, haven't we? What do you reckon? Get yourself on over to Ready Player Me and pimp yourself up in an avatar. Start saving your UpX and your USD dollar balance to FOMO into some clothes and whatnot. That's all on the way. I don't know. Cheese.
I need to pay better attention.
What's happened now?
No, I'm just like out of it.
That's so good. And I do the same for you in the wine and cheese show. So it all works out. There's a balance in the universe.
There's a balance.
All right. So I think we got 3D avatars covered. Next on the list is Purple Rain. So this has been mentioned in chat. There has been a lot of drama kick off with this through the week. There's polarizing figures in the community. There's polarizing decisions from Upland related to all of this. We're not going to dive into that too deeply because we're not going to put people on blast who aren't a part of the conversation. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, there was a whole bunch of drama associated with that. Some of it justified, some of it very justified, some of it maybe not so much. Now I did get... Oh, go away, you pop-ups. Look at this.
Wow, 4 million. Geez, Ben, you're rich.
Well, don't forget 2 million of that's just to cover the UPX 1 million UPX wheels. So 2 millions to cover that. And I've got a balance there because I did plan to go absolutely ballistic in the ornaments that are coming up. So more on that in a second. But yes, we've got purple dots all over the place. And as you can see, I'm down in Rio gobbling up gnomes. So yes, purple dots everywhere. We had one, we were lucky enough, 6 Aqua Vista. It never finds it. There we go. So pretty cool to see the first dot in San Francisco landed in Midtown Terrace. Mossy Jake reached out to me. Geez, it was a fair while back now. Originally, he was setting up some kind of legits thing associated with the Apex Spark Exchange. There wasn't a whole lot of details at the time, but we did a property swap for him to get this property. He built it out there, and then we kind of didn't hear anything much of it. For the UDU members, the deal was that Mossy Jake was going to grab this property on a swap basis. So he swapped with one of his properties in Chicago. And at that stage, I didn't really know what he was going to do with it. He wasn't sure if it was going to get approved. So the caveat was going to be that if it wasn't going to be approved, or if he didn't no longer wanted to operate it, then we'd swap the properties back and move on. I did. Once Finsky dropped the old announcement that I put in the UDU channel about that situation, I went and had a look at the swap property I did with Mossy and realized, oh crap, I flipped that in my Chicago flippage rampage. So I then had to reach out to the player involved and buy that back at a premium. So of course I could have just flipped it. I could have just swapped it for a whatever property, but it just be a bit greasy to do that. So I just stuck to the original ideal. Now, yeah, some of the controversy surrounding this is that one player, who is Mossy Jake, has essentially been gifted 17 dots all over the map, and it appears on first glance that when you click on this, it's just a link to his UPX exchange. It's kind of that. It's not exactly that. I know there's, like myself, Mossy Jake has, there's some polarizing aspects to some of the stuff that's going on there. As I said, I'm not going to get involved in that. A lot of the rage that I've seen has been that, like, this is unfair. How can one person get all of this stuff? It's important to note, I don't know, how do I touch on this? Similar to Elijah, like in the Real Node LA, like he was the first NFT gallery to get a purple dot on there. You can't discount the work that these people have put in on the background. Working with Upland directly, whether it be through the UDN, the Upland Developers Network, or the UCN, like what we do for the outdoor decor stuff, it's not easy. People that are highly engaged in the community, we've got a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of ideas. We want to get going. We want to get this stuff done, but nothing that you want to do with the Upland team directly happens fast. So, it's not as easy as it sounds. Now, if you're wondering how you yourself can get involved in things like that, or if you click on if you go to the Upland site and you go to community directory, it starts off with the UCM broadcasters. Of course, we're on there with the MBE, and Radishhead's on there as well. If you scroll down a bit, there is, links to apply for the community directory, the Upland Developer Network. So there is the option to start working with the team in that process. But don't underestimate the time and the patience that's required to play with that. I don't know, Chief, did you want to speak to any of that? Or does anybody else want to ride the line there? No?
Well, I'll say this.
Yes, Dog.
So I put it in the chat. Several mods were inboxed to include what transpired in public. And we took it to the CMs, and the CMs are kind of like, the CMs really don't have nothing to do with the UDN. And so it's being worked on the back end to verify if some of the statements that was made was true or not, as far as when it comes to the exchanges and all that other stuff. But long story short, the goal is to make sure that all players have fair, equal, and equitable treatment when it comes to submitting for or trying to submit for these different businesses within Upland.
Yes.
Like not Meta Ventures, but the actual like what you call them, tier 2, not tier 2.
Layer 2, yeah.
Layer 2, yes. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I know other people are going to see it, that and we posted and told players that it was being looked at, but it's definitely being looked at.
Thanks for that, Dog. Yeah, I mean,
so,
yeah, it's tricky. Like, we know it's not a level playing field. Like, the amount of people that have applied for MetaVentures and they don't get a MetaVenture, but then some other people seem to be able to secure 2 or 3. Yeah, there is a lack of transparency there. We're hoping that's something that, can be fixed up. And as I said, it is a bit of a touchy situation. There's a lot of people involved. There's a lot of history involved. So yeah, perhaps we'll just leave it at that and see how it pans out.
So Ben, can I just say one more thing?
Absolutely.
Of course, it's not financial advice, but if I was a developer and I was trying to establish my own Spark exchange or whatever else, the first thing I would do, my recommendation is to make sure that you got your ducks in a row and dress. So when they say, okay, you want it, we're going to give you 17 dots or 20 dots, whatever, you can fire and your website and everything else is already put together. Not trying to do it when they say you can get it done. It should already be ready and waiting. That's just my advice.
Yeah, I mean, Cheese is forever saying that. Cheezels?
Yeah, that's good. That's good advice. You have to make sure you're ready. Like if they ask, make sure you were ready yesterday, not tomorrow.
Yeah, and Rob said in chat too, it's never really been a level playing field. There has always been firsts, and meaning Mossy, just happens to be. The others will get their exchanges on there. He's sure, which will be happy for this divide hand. Yeah. Goldsmith has followed up, said being the first is always going to be a thing. The number of dots is a bit of a question. Yeah. Somebody mentioned in chat too that the map's getting very confused. I wish they had different colored dots for the different MetaVentures, but even then it's going to look like the Upland map's got some kind of crazy virus. There's definitely improvements to be made there for sure. I'll have to wait and see. And that's it's no different to like us with the outdoor decor. Like, people say, oh, it's unfair that you've got this opportunity and you're making all this stuff. Well, outdoor decor tomorrow, my time, will be officially 2 years since we were approved for our businesses to start. And we essentially sat on our heels doing nothing for 18 months of that. And Samurai Aquatics is kind of lucky in that we had all of our submissions for many of our items in very early in the process. So we had a lot of items approved. And that was even after the scaling we got back was all terrible. We had to redo the scaling. Most of the other MetaVenture applicants only have one item that has been approved, and they've submitted dozens. So imagine how frustrating it is for them.
Did you see me pat myself on the back, Ben?
No, what you do?
Because remember, I was the one saying, let's get our stuff ready. Let's get our stuff ready.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, take the Upland, not the Upland, the outdoor decor as an example. Imagine being involved in something for 2 years, and after 2 years, you have one item approved. So everything takes a good, healthy dose of patience to get involved with these sorts of things. Kachia's mentioned in chats, as a professional in the mapping industry, the upland cartography or lack thereof is starting to grow on my nerves. Yeah, absolutely. It is getting messy. And they should probably address that sooner rather than later, because it's only going to get worse. All right, now speaking and going back to the code race for It Seems a Little Bit Greasy. How are we going for time? Oh, we got a little bit of time here, so we can touch on this. Structure ornament sales are coming up. Now, speaking of controversy, there was a whole bunch of controversy kickoff with the structure ornaments process. That kind of played out in public, in DMs. I think at least the people I was speaking to in DM, we got to a kind of happy place, I suppose. There's a lot of people, well, again, I say a lot of people, there was a few specific people saying that a lot of people from the Brazilian community had their noses out of joint, how that a lot of the submissions did not reflect on the Brazilian culture and that sort of things. However, if you look at the submission guidelines, there was nothing that suggested it had to be like that. So I get it. It's if you're a Brazilian, you probably want to see that you're represented better or whatnot. But again, that wasn't part of the submission process. Hopefully, if they do these things in future, they might include those a bit better. There was a whole bunch of people that did all of the work to create 3D structure ornaments. They submitted them and then they were lost in transit. They didn't even get to the voting stage. So imagine putting all of that work in. So yes.
Yeah. And we like, sorry, my throat. There certainly was no trying to put anyone down. And if that was the case, definitely sorry. We went based off of pictures and videos we saw of Carnival floats, and next time maybe like a better parameter of what should be done would be better when it comes to stuff that has to do with culture, etc.
Yep, absolutely. And one of the other controversies that was part of that is people saying it's unfair. Like DTEC's got, I believe he has 5 of the 8 designs. People saying that's unfair, that there's a monopoly. You're not realizing that this has been a feature of every structure ornament to date. And I think we might have touched on this on the Wine and Cheese show as well. There's a lot of these people aren't even making the items themselves. They're putting these jobs out on places like Fiverr and getting other people to submit their art. If that's something you want to dive into, be very, very careful of that, because a lot of the items that people are using, if you check the terms of service, that you're not even legally allowed to use those in 3D worlds. Like we nearly got caught up with that ourselves with one of the outdoor decor pieces we were looking to put together. We thought we'd take a bit of a shortcut and use one of these essentially, it says like free to use once you buy the license. But if you look in the fine print of the license, it says in there, this is not allowed to be used in any 3D world. So yeah, be very, very careful there. You could get yourself into a world of trouble. But yeah, in regards to that, people have, they're not doing the art themselves. There has been, especially in the winter ornament sale, there's been designers who've won multiple categories before. It's not a new thing. And Upland has never put any restrictions on any of that. So it's a case of don't cut the messenger's throat or something like that. How do you put it?
One person said that it was like multi-accounting, which was the dumbest thing I ever fucking read. Yes. Like the envy is strong, but it's all being done like from scratch by one person who is an uplander and is extremely good at what he does. So
yeah, and the rage is misdirected. If you think that's a horrible idea, if you don't like it, then put that feedback through.
Yeah, but the person who said it is a fudder anyway, and probably doesn't even play Upland and just wants to sell out. So like people like that, I really don't care what they have to say anyway.
Elmer Fudd. I'm hunting 3D artists. Yes. Yes.
There
now,
goes my wine. There goes my wine.
Nice. The other kind of greasy aspect to this whole thing with the 3D structure sale is, let me see if I can pull it up. Now, have you ever seen a more horrible graphic than this one? The carnival ornaments sale. Like,
my eyes.
I struggle to even read this. Like, please.
I can't even look at it.
Horrendous. Yeah.
It hurts.
The quantity numbers on these, like these are the user-generated content structure ornaments that were available. So what do we got there? I'm squinting. Apartment buildings. We'll just look at apartment buildings as an example because that's giving me nightmares looking at that. So 100 available. So like I said, she said, I've got a big balance. Yeah, well, I was setting up to go ballistic for these because I want to deck out Midtown Terrace. I want to, you know, we've got dozens of node projects. We want to deck them out. We want to support, essentially, we want to support the community as well. 100, that's going to sell out so fast. That's kind of mental, really. There's so many people that want to get a whole bunch of these stuff and you're just not going to be able to. And if we compare that to some of the other user-generated content sales, the numbers are way down. Like this is this is the Genesis ornaments. So again, just looking at the apartments. So there was 2,500 of the apartment buildings available for the Genesis sale. And I think for the winter ornaments, there was 3 options there, 700 each. So according to my quick maths, that's 2,100. So yeah, you know, you're talking thousands versus hundreds. Now,
do you think because this was do you think they didn't think it was going to be as wanted as much as like a major holiday and they didn't want to have stuff sitting around?
No, I think it's far more greasier than that, cheese. We're going full grease mode. Yes, I won't put them on blast, but somebody has said in chat they want to sell their own. Yes, we do know that, you know, there's things coming up with the official. Now, I won't be able to pronounce it right. Maybe Simone can help. Is it Margarawera, the dance thing that's kicking off? I would assume that Upland will follow up the user-generated structure ornament sale very quickly with their own. And I believe they already put an announcement about it that there is. You're going to be able to buy packs with structure ornaments, Margarawera here, structure ornaments, block explorers, all sorts of stuff. So that's pretty greasy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone's pretty quiet on that front.
Where did you see this?
It was in one of the announcements recently. I don't know specifically. Maybe it was in live or something like that. It was in the same announcement, Shaq said. So yeah, potentially. I think I just closed it down to save my laptop. But yeah, they are going to follow up with their own structure ornament sale as well. So if you were looking to FOMO in and gobble up a whole bunch of the user-generated content structure ornaments, well, you're not going to be able to because the quantities there are going to be sold out. So you will have plenty of Apex left to gobble up the official ones.
Is the official ones coming from a brand or from Upland directly?
I don't believe that was outlined yet, but I would imagine it's some kind of partnership. I would assume so.
All right.
I have to wait and see. Yeah. We do know there is partnerships at play there with the Samba school and that not. So I would assume it's all part of that. Yeah. The Margarawera school. So yes, but yes, if you can get out there, support the users who put the time and effort in. I'll be getting up at stupid AM to see if I can gobble up what I can. And that's about all we've got to say on that one. All right, let's give away some stuff, shall we? Competition and prize details from last week's challenge. Last week, the weekly challenge was in late. Apologies for that. The challenge was, what was the spontaneous and additional code phrase in last week's show? And how the hell do you spell it? Hashmafair. I think Rob and Joe got the closest to the spelling. If you don't know what that's all about, go and check out last week's show. So that because I
thought Pasta did it best.
Yeah, there was a few good ones. Hashmafair. There's a few good ones. I'll probably have to go back and review it myself because I was trying to see who did the best spelling and I couldn't remember exactly how it all played out myself. But yeah, because I got that in late, decided to put that up as 5,000 UPEX each. And we had 7 entries, I believe. So 7 times 5 is 35,000 UPEX. Is this the right one? No, that's the wrong one because that's reloaded again. This will take a while here. Sure. While we're doing that, let's give away Joe and the agency's NFTs. Oh, now this one's going to reload as well. All right, now these are all of the people who were in the Zoom for the 1 minute UPEX wheels. If you are in the chat now and your name's not on here, speak now or forever hold your peace. Can somebody monitor chat to see if anybody chimes in? Is Dog there? Dog jumped in late. Is Dog still in?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just driving right now, so I can't look.
All right, mate. I'll patch you in. Dog's in. That's the only one off the top of my head. Anybody else jumping out at your cheese?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
While you're counting that, I'll try and get this good to go.
Scroll down in the chat in the names.
That's at the bottom.
Right. All right. Yeah, it's good.
All right. Good. So this is for 2 NFTs, I believe. So we're going to do 2 rolls on this one. I think that was the deal. Oh, Dak might have it. Elijah for that one.
Elijah. Woo, woo.
So getting contact. And we've got one more, I believe. So let's see. Laban Maui.
So what did Elijah win?
Maui. I forget exactly. Maybe Rob or Joe, you can give us a heads up. What was that again? 2 NFTs.
Yes, one for the pennant and then a Mr. Monopoly.
Yeah.
Right. So get in contact. Now I'm trying to get this up, but Wheeler Names has just been silly. Cheese, you want to do some singing?
Yeah, I know the Funko Monopoly guy is around $7 because I just had to buy all those other epics I didn't have. So I know it's worth a decent amount. Right. Yeah, and the pendant, Elijah, that's perfect. You're in the US via easy ship.
This is for you, Joe. Let's hear it for the band. Let's give the band a hand.
He's about to have a meltdown. I don't know. Wheeler Names just doesn't want to play with me.
And not to take anything away from Pasta, but I mean, I am the one who screwed up the Mahashma Fair. So I would think that I would know how to spell my screw up.
Indeed. I don't know. Wheeler Names just doesn't want to play. So I might have to follow that on the back end. So we'll skip that for the time being. And this week's weekly challenge is to post a gnome selfie taken from somewhere in Upland. And I will double the prize if you add an accompanying short story to the screenshot and your name comes up on the wheel. That'll be 1,000 UPEX for every entry up to a maximum of 20,000 UPEX. So there's a potential for that to be 40,000 UPEX. So spread the word, phone a friend, pump your own competition bags and get out there and take a gnome selfie.
Fun. Yeah, I can't wait to read these.
Somewhere in the Upland. Yeah. As I said, pick yourself up a grill. I think, was it Rob? Rob started that whole thing, didn't he? I believe it might have been Rob.
Yeah, he did with the burger.
All right.
Rob's Burgers.
Yeah, it appears that Wheeler Name's completely glitched out for me on the weekly one. So I'll follow that one. Goldie said if the wheel is broken, you can just choose me.
You want to send me a list of the names, just copy paste them from your wheel and I'll make it. It'll be like not as pretty, but
I don't even have that because I can't pull up the wheel. I can't see it. So we'll just skip it. I'll follow that up on the back end this evening. I'll record it and whatnot. Oh, now this wheel's going to glitch out. Oh my God. All right, let's see if we can roll this one so we can just see who's going to play the 1 million UpX wheels at least. We can get something going on here as we fall apart at the back end of the show, as we want to do. Oh, Dak might have it. Cheese.
Give it to Dak. Give it to Dak.
All right, we'll give it to the Dak man. Are you there, Dak?
Dak, you better be there, you bastard. 1 million UpX.
I'm here.
There you go.
He's here. All right, now I can get out of here. And while you're rolling that, I might be able to see if I can fix this shitty wheels.
I don't know. That seemed a bit greasy.
Nicely done.
Very nice.
I mean, I get two?
Done.
You get a mulligan.
Yeah.
Woo!
Let's see. Where am I? All right. Yeah, I feel like I had my chance already.
What's this? This is probably your second or third go at it, Dak. You've had a few shots.
This is my third, actually. Yeah, because I've won 250 twice.
Absolutely. 250 club. You.
That's right. I'm part of the 250 club. What's up?
All right. Say when, buddy.
And when?
5 chances at 25,000 UpX on the first wheel.
I'm gonna have to keep the 25. I don't know.
Oh, you might have. Did it tick over? Oh, 1,000. Just missed the 5,000.
1,000.
What do you reckon?
Let her roll.
Let her roll. All right.
All right. Watch it, and say when.
When?
3 chances at 50,000 UpX. And someone remind me who won the NFTs? Elijah and who won the second one?
Maury.
Maui. Yes.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thanks, buddy.
Knew it was him.
Oh, we're dropping like it's hot here. Back 500 UpX on that one.
Hey, I know how this goes. Let's roll for that 250, baby.
250? You want me to stop it on a 250?
Nah, let's hit it on Ben.
On Ben? Wait, no, Ben, you're coming up. Hold on.
Coming around. All right.
She'll
yes.
be coming around the mountain when she comes. When she comes.
Dak has a mulligan here. He can roll it twice.
Hit it.
Yeah. Come on.
Ooh, it's coming around. 1 mil. Oh, no. He does get to 250. All
but
right.
You get to try again.
Let's go.
Let's go straight away. He's into it, Chase.
And when? We're not stopping. We're just go.
250.
I think
I missed 1 million.
I messed up on that.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Hey.
1,200.
Well, I messed up on that. Because I didn't refresh it.
It's all good.
No,
you
you
get
get
250.
All right.
Save it for the next one.
All right. 1,500 UpX on the way for Dak. And Cheesy, if you jump out of there, it does look like I have managed to get the weekly wheel up. So we might be able to get it done after all. And give away 35,000 UpX. Now, did you get your name on this wheel, Dak? You didn't.
You didn't.
My gosh.
Oh, the challenge. You got to do the
Hashmafer challenge. Yes.
Hashmafer.
Oh, look at that. Poetic justice for Joe. That just seems right.
That was definitely Hashmafer.
Well, what's the flip side of Hashmafer? There must be a flip side to that. All right. Well done, Joe.
Oh, this brought me so much happiness.
35,000 UpX on the way for Joe. And one last thing to touch on before we wrap up here is we have this week's QIPS. If you don't remember what QIPS stands for, that's questions, insights, provocations, and statements. If at any stage you have some Upland or UDU related QIPS that we could dive into, let us know. And if you give us your Upland username, you'll get yourself 5,000 UpX. Now, I had a look before. there hasn't been any new ones, so I guess people don't like 5,000 UPX, so I'll just keep plugging through the old ones. This week's QIPS was sent to us by Laban, who asked, will the Upland cards on wax, in parentheses, which we all got our hands on like FOMO, ever give any value to the game? He's asked for our thoughts, and he's thinking that of those standard ones without the block explorer, so just the generic cards. What do you think?
I think maybe yes, because they had a burn event where people had to burn quite a lot of the commons to get a mythic. I actually participated in that. So they did lower the existing ones. Plus, these cards came out, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, ages ago. Yep. Long time
so
ago.
they do have that kind of oldness to them now.
Yeah, I'm just looking at, if you're looking on the YouTubes, I'm just looking at the ones I've got. I didn't buy any of the packs at the time. I kind of picked up some on the secondary market, including a whole bunch of ones at the floor, because when the NFT portal opened, I was assuming that was going to be some way to do some trades in game. I still haven't even hooked up my NFT portal, because the last time I looked at the how to do list, it was 6 pages long or something. So I was like, oh, that's way too hard. So yeah, I don't know. Anybody else want to chime in? Did anybody else go full FOMO on those, and you're sitting there with your hands up like this, like, what the?
Well, I FOMO'd, but I'm not sitting with my hands up. I mean,
No.
I got a lot of really cool ones as well when Upland was doing those giveaways and whatnot. But
I was expecting someone was going to slap their thong on the table. Now that's an Australian thong, not a US thong, and say emotional damage like that. No,
the chancletas.
Nobody. I don't know, Laban.
I think they'll be cool to kind of hang up on your in your home at some point.
That's a good point, with like Elijah paving the way with NFT galleries and that.
Exactly. And trying to chase down some of the OG friends. I mean, I have some of my Upland those, but I saw TML and some others, so it'd be kind of cool to get some of those OGs.
Yeah, I'm still kicking myself. The application for that must have happened when I wasn't. It might have been when I was living in the tent. Like when COVID first kicked off, I was living in the tent in our backyard for like 3 months. Maybe it was during there, and I missed out. I was definitely around at the time, but yeah, it'd be cool for him to do another run. That'd be nice. Have to wait and see, but yeah, don't know, Laban. Wait and see. Like everything in Upland, I'm not going to sing the line, but all it needs is just a little patience. I ain't singing.
Please sing it.
No way.
And do this way. Oh, little patience.
Let's just pretend that I did. All right. To wrap up the show, a reminder that to go in the running for the 1 million UPX wheels, just like Dak did, you should be in the Zoom at the start of the show for the snapshot. Pay attention in the middle for the code word or phrase. And of course, you need to be here at the end when the wheels start rolling. If you have an Upland NFT or Metaverse product, service, or event to promote, opportunities are always available for sponsorship and engagement in the UDU podcast. And like we saw with getting in Radish today, Radish wasn't a paid thing. We just got him in to, we appreciate the time he put in for that, just as much as we hope he appreciates, the opportunity. So if you're a no project, if you got something going on, reach out, let us know. We're happy to get people involved. We want to help support the community as well. And that, of course, includes feature spotlights on the UDU podcast, long-form deep dives on the One Cheese Show. Just contact myself or Cheese to discuss and secure your spots. Please check out our sponsors, co-hosts, and other links in the description to help support them and the show. Like and subscribe, rate and review, spruik and spam, all of that good stuff. Look at that, we're bang on time. Get us.
Stay fresh, you cheese bags.
You
Get off
dirty
my lawn.
old greasy cheese bag.
Growing, waiting.
Are you looking for some of that quality outdoor decor? But you got no freaking idea where to go? Oh, come on over to Samurai Aquatics and Decor for all your outdoor decor needs. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Yeah, just delete that. I'm still not ready, sorry. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Or maybe some kind of crappy ramshackle building that, I don't know, needs a bit of extra spunk to it or something. And stop mucking about and get yourself over to Samurai Aquatics Discord to see all our available stock. We've got loads of different decor to spend your pretend money on. We've got saunas to fire you up and ice baths to chew you the fudge out. Literally stock coming out of our ears. Grills, swings, seating and more. So much more. And if we don't got it, give us a buzz and we could probably make it. Get yourself on over to Samurai Aquatics at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, lickety split, and gorge yourself on outdoor decor.